What's up YouTube, ODST General back again, and today guys we are once again back in some Stormworks. It's been a while. A new major fishing update has dropped for commercial fishing, so we're going to be checking that out, but before we get going here we got to get our vessel turned on, and it's really easy to get turned around in this thing with these lights off here. We're going to go ahead and get the engine room all lit up. Let's get some lights turned on while we're at it. I should turn the ones on down there, but that's fine. That probably won't be an issue. And I think there's, where is it? Over here. I haven't used this vessel a whole lot yet. I have not successfully caught any fish, but I'm hoping we can do that here for the sake of this video. So we'll see how things go. Let's go ahead and turn on all of the things, make sure that's on. We'll get our fish finder turned on. Autopilot we're going to hold off on for the moment. Is this the light switch? Perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and throttle up. Let's get out of here. So I will tour the ship with you guys here in just a minute. I just want to get out and get underway and start going to our destination. So basically, some time ago, well, I was actually still recording videos for this and everything, they physicalized fish in the game. And so you could actually see like 3D models of fish, and they get like caught in tsunamis and stuff like that. Then they added in like small fishing poles and stuff some time back, and I haven't really messed with those yet. I haven't caught any fish with them. I thought about making a video, but honestly, I didn't really like the fishing poles a whole lot. It was definitely a step in the right direction. I prefer this fishing DLC to the space DLC. I think it fits the game a lot better, and the game's much better designed for this sort of thing. But, yeah, here we are. We finally got the commercial fishing DLC. We've got big like nets and everything, so I'm excited to show this off to you guys. Hopefully we can do it pretty good justice here. I can get this all set up properly, we can catch some fish, and then hopefully sell them. So this harbor that we're leaving, or this port, there's a fish market where we can sell the fish. And then I have gone out, I don't know if there's a bunch of locations for this, but there's at least one location I found up in the fishing village where there's a fish data vendor that you can go to, and you can purchase hotspot locations for fish, which we're going to one such location, which is Dolphin Fish Hotspot. Now, there is a bunch of these. I bought a whole bunch because we're just in custom mode. A lot of them are pretty far outside the map. There's different kinds of fish hotspots, different fish, like different biomes. So, some fish are worth more than others. I'm guessing that the one that we're going after here for these dolphin fish, probably not worth a lot. I'm not really certain. That might not be the case. They could be valuable, but I'm guessing that these ones that are further out are probably much more valuable fish. So, let's go ahead. Let's click this, and we will get the autopilot engaged. The autopilot's doing its thing. Let's go ahead and take a look back here at the back of the ship. So we have our net system here. These two bars, they're connected to these cranes, are fishing nets. These cranes will lift up, they'll swing out to the sides, and then they'll dip down into the water, and the nets will drag behind the ship. So there's two different nets that drag off to the sides of the ship. There's this crabbing pot, which is just like a decorative thing. I don't think crabbing exists in the game. It's just a bunch of pipes and stuff. We do have firefighting systems in place if for some reason we end up having a fire. There's this vacuum here. I'm not really sure what the purpose of the vacuum is. We've also got a rope and stuff. I don't know if that's just something with the flag. It says move left, move right. It might... Oh, that might be... I'm actually not positive. That could potentially be like the ship's maneuvering thrusters or something, but I don't really know. It looks like our fuel and electrical cables if you're in career mode, and then the anchor and stuff up there in the front. And then Obviously, a bunch of supplies kind of all around the ship. We've got, oh, we do have some of the fishing rods. So yeah, these are the fishing poles, which I'll show that off to you guys here in a second. They do get caught on the environment, so you gotta be a little careful with them where you're using them. Not really feasible when we're moving, especially when we're moving faster like this, but you're able to basically just take it and cast it out, and it just casts out in the water like that, and then you can reel it in if you got a fish. Pretty basic, but like I said, they do get caught in the environment, so it's kind of funny if you're trying to like cast from a confined space. You can like catch on the wall and stuff, and you're trying to reel it while it's stuck into the wall. We've got, oh, I'm on camera, hello. We've got a captain's quarters or something, some sort of crew quarters, restroom it looks like. I haven't really fully explored all of this. Obviously, where we were down here before, we had the engine room back here. More firefighting equipment, and then the ship's freezer, which doesn't really serve a purpose. I don't know if the physical fish will come out of there, but I'm guessing this is connected to the hoppers, and then it basically feeds down so the fish can get cut up and prepped. Close that, just in case we hit rough seas. It is starting to rain a tiny bit, it looks like. I tried recording this earlier and I had no idea what I was doing, so it did not go particularly well, but we did hit some pretty rough seas. I almost got washed off this ship a couple of times. Thankfully, the edge was just high enough to save me from going over, but do have to be careful. There was a couple of points there where things got a little bit hairy, and I thought for sure that the ship might start taking on water, so we'll see. I guess probably with the way it's laid out, it's probably not super likely to take on water even with that back door open, but I'd really rather not chance it because of the way it was listing. I feel like if it takes on water, it'll end up going very, very quickly. We got a little ways to go though, so I guess I'm going to stop recording here for a minute and we'll pick back up once we arrive at our destination. Alright guys, so I just picked up the recording here because I just saw tentacles in the water behind me, and there's a kraken really close by apparently. I've not naturally been attacked by the kraken before, and I don't know if it's going to attack us because it just disappeared. There's, I don't know if you guys could see that on the screen, it was like right in the center of the screen there, but that tentacle just popped back up. I'm going straight for an island here. Trying to do some fishing here. I don't really want to get attacked by it, especially because I don't know if we really have any weapons to deal with it, but here it comes. Oh, God. Get down. Shoot, that's fishing poles. Do we have spear rifles? Oh, we do have a spear gun. I need this. Let's close this. We're going to try and get ready. I don't know if this is like the Sea of Thieves Kraken. I don't know how big that thing actually is underneath the water, and I don't know if going close to an island like that, like with megalodons and stuff, will drive it off, but we'll see. I also don't know if he'll give up the chase. We're about 1.5 kilometers from our destination. Alright, we're going to start moving our nets out. You can see those weights actually really created a pretty big imbalance there on the ship when the one was extended and the other one wasn't. Alright, nets are out. We're gonna leave them there for a minute. I'm gonna throttle down. Hopefully there's not a Kraken behind us anymore. Oh, and good, there's a tornado out there, of course, naturally. This is the game telling us it does not want us to go fishing. Is what this is. That's pretty far out. I'm sure that's not going to be an issue, but it is funny. Okay, so... Oh, no, I don't want to travel anywhere. I want... Well, I mean, I do, but not for this. I don't know what our depth is yet. Apparently the ideal knots for this when doing fishing, oh, there's fish now, is about 10 knots. So, ooh. The depth is pretty far down there. So we're going to extend these both down to max length. And then open up the nets. So basically these two cables here, the blue cables that are connected to those bars, will extend down. And then the bars themselves have these like 4 pylons on it, which I didn't really get to show you guys very well, but those will actually spawn the nets. And basically the nets will extend out of those pylons further, and then they'll basically open up and kind of expand, and then they'll catch the fish. And the fish are essentially magnetized, or will be magnetized to the nets. Now, unfortunately, we don't really have any way of knowing how many fish, or if we have any fish on the nets. So I guess we're just going to have to kind of go and just drive around for a bit here in this area with these nets extended and try and get these fish. So they should extend out to about 150 meters down, which, like I said, with the depth of, well, now 500 meters, you know, that's kind of tricky here. Boat's turning for the autopilot, which is fine. So that's 1 at 150, that's 2, perfect. That net was extending already. I'd not turn that off. So unfortunately, because it is so deep down, we won't be able to see the nets extended. As I pull them back up, I'll probably keep them extended here just so I can try to show that off to you guys, and hopefully we'll have some fish stuck to them by that point. And of course, we're going to start hitting rough seas, but that's fine. Makes it a little bit more interesting, right? I guess we're going to kind of double back here. I don't see any... Oh, there's some fish on the fish finder. Not as much as I was necessarily expecting. It's popping up a little bit here and there. Expecting a teeny bit more, though, with the this being a fish hotspot, quote-unquote. I don't know how big this hotspot is. Unfortunately, though, yeah, with the fish finder on this particular vessel, I don't think it really... Well, no, that was a sonar contact of some sorts. I'm assuming that this, near the top here, top center, is the front of the ship. I think I saw something there for a second here. We just turned a little bit more, so hopefully something should pop up in front of us. I'm thinking this is the sonar. I'm pretty sure this is the radar right here. So maybe we do have a fish finder on here. I don't... And that's lighting up. Oh yeah. There's something... I'm not sure if that's depth that it's showing us. Is that supposed to be 89 meters? I assume that's supposed to be an M. That's saying 89 meters. So, the fish seem to be about 90 meters, so we're going to bring the nets up to 90. Or so, or maybe like 85. And hopefully we'll be able to catch some fish here. So as you can see, fishing's not super easy, although I would imagine some spots are easier, like shallow water's probably a little bit easier than like deep sea fishing. Yeah, we'll go a little bit further. That looks good to me. They all need to be exactly the same, so that's fine. I mean, yeah, now we're getting radar pings, or sonar pings, correction, all over the place. Although, actually, now that I say that, something's pinging up on the radar here, too. I don't know if that's that island or if that's something else. Whatever it is, it seems to have disappeared, and it was really big looking, so I'm a little concerned the Kraken might be back. I mean, whatever it is, it's gone now. Could have been the island, I guess. We were turning, so maybe, like, the radar was at an angle. You can, I guess, yeah, we've pulled the nets up kind of high enough that you guys can kind of see that probably a little bit better. See if I can angle it just right so we get the, kind of the visual bug there. It doesn't really look like it, but you can see the bars, and then hopefully the video kind of picks this up. I can even barely see it on my screen. There we go, it's a little bit better. You can see the net's extended down. Oh yeah, we got some fish. Perfect. They're all on the one net. We only have a huge amount, but yeah, we got a few fish stuck on there, so... these are our dolphin fish, I guess, because they all look the same, so I'm assuming that that's what these are. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited that we actually caught some fish. It's not a huge amount. Probably not worth a lot of money for these ones. I guess you'd probably want to stay out a lot longer and continue to fish this area for a while. But, you know, we are catching fish at least. And then, yeah, you just want to kind of focus on your radar. There's, yeah, or sonar, correction. Yeah, see, there's that ping again off to the port side of the ship. It's got to be that island, right? This is really far over there, though. You know, 1,500 meters, I bet, yeah, that's probably 1.5 kilometers, right? Yeah, that would be exactly what it is. Alright, let's swing back around here. This is, I mean, in general, probably the fishing, but specifically the ship would definitely benefit from a multi-person crew as well, having that coordination. And I think that's definitely intended by the creator, because there's radios and stuff. As you can see, there's push-to-talk radio here, there's a radio in the engine room, there's another one back by the crane there. And the visuals of getting the cranes in and out is a little bit tricky, actually, from the position of the crane controls. You'd almost want another person out on the deck of the ship for you. I'm just going to kind of go with these seas. They're a little bit choppy, especially for a boat this size, but, I mean, it's not too bad. Some of that's going to go up on the deck, but that's okay. What I think we might do here, though, is we're going to go out. How far out is that? Let's set the autopilot. We're going to go out, and we're going to actually bring in this starboard side net, because that one seemed to have all the fish that we'd caught for the most part. We're going to retract the net on that. And we're going to haul that line back in, and we're going to try and get these fish onto the ship if we can. Oh, look at that. You'd love to see it. Yeah, not a huge amount of fish, but I'll take any measure of success that we can get with that. A tricky thing with this is not to accidentally release the fish into the water. Now there is handles on here, but it's a little bit tricky to move and manipulate this, I do find. Now it is kind of also like stuff's getting caught there. That's caught probably on the outside, but I feel like we've probably got fish that like can't really see or do anything with. So let's run up here. We're gonna stop the ship for a second. Throttle it down, and just so we're not potentially wasting fish here, I'm gonna just cheese this a little bit because Stormworks being Stormworks. I just want to see if there's any fish off the side or anything that I potentially wasting stuff. Nope. I'll go down here and take a peek at this. Yeah, we have a few fish on here. Again, not as many. It looks like we might have caught one or two more since I stopped. But you can see these nets actually go quite deep down. But oh yeah, look at that. There's a ton of fish. They're all sorts of different depths. The net's actually probably maybe a little too high. I mean, there's some fish here. It's definitely one of those things. Having bigger nets, like really wide nets and everything, is definitely beneficial, and you just can spend some time. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, speaking of spending some time. Nope, I don't want to go with the ship. Actually, I lied, I do. Oh, it's going down already, isn't it? Let's have that door open. Okay, so not ideal, I'll admit. That is a fluid port. But I suspect that's just for decoration of the oven, to look like a vent for the oven. Can I get to this ladder? Alright, so it occurs to me, I might be able to get into engineering here. I don't think there's anything I can do to save the ship, honestly. I guess my big thing at this point now is seeing if we can maybe, possibly just keep the ship from sinking completely. I don't know what that room is, but it does seem like we're watertight for the moment, as long as we don't take any damage or anything. Do have diving gear. can't interact with the fish. Oh, hey, we got a different kind of fish on here. So, in theory, we would capture these fish into the hopper on the ship. So this ship you definitely have to be really careful with, I would say. Specifically, you don't want to have it with one arm extended out. That was a mistake I made, and we almost did that earlier too, but I didn't expect it to go over that fast with just one out. So if you're gonna pull in an arm, pull in both arms. Don't just pull in a single arm. Is the lesson learned from this on this particular ship. Yeah. So anyways, what you'd do is you'd come up here to the controls, and you would then have your nets basically over, and you would click to release the fish, and the fish all get released from the net. They get demagnetized. Now, while they're still on the net, the fish actually all are apparently alive. You can see all the fish just swam off, alive and free, because we released them from the net, or at least most of them did. I can't tell. It looks like there might still be a fish stuck in the net. Nope, that's it's like a hole in the net. Interesting. Where's our other nets? So that was only the one net. It's still down there. I don't know if we're gonna have to worry about sharks here either. Now, if you were to put these fish in the hopper, apparently that does kill them. For some reason, the spear gun won't fire. I don't know if I need a valid target or... Oh, you know what? I think for the spear gun, I can't remember for sure, but I think that I need the military DLC enabled, and I just had turned it off completely, so we weren't dealing with that stuff. It's a good thing we didn't have to fight that Kraken, huh? Not that it really matters. But yeah, we'd be able to sell the fish, so we'd get them into the hopper, and then we'd take them back here to the other location. So if we go back here, we'll just pretend like we'd successfully caught these fish, because unfortunately if I take it back to the workbench, I'm sure we will not have access to those fish anymore. And then let's take a look at this here. Get this dive suit off. I'll load it up with spear gun ammo and all this other stuff, and just completely inadequately prepared for that. So it seems there's a vacuum on there, so this, maybe that's what the vacuum's set to. We have a frequency for this. So frequency of 3077, so you'd get your remote control out, and then you'd be able to remote control access this. Or you just come up here to the control panel. I don't know how this vacuum works. Maybe I guess you just put it down next to the hoppers and it sucks it out of the hopper? I actually don't know for sure how the vacuum would work, but that would be my guess, is it just sucks them straight out of the hopper. And then, yeah, so you just come over here, you'd anchor down with your ship, or you know, if you have a ship without anchors, you'd use your thrusters or whatever just to kind of stabilize the ship. Get your fish unloaded here or wherever. I don't know what other ports you could offload fish at. I'm guessing most of the major docks would have them. Warner docks don't. I'm actually a little surprised by that. How about down here? Yep, fish market down at JSI. That makes sense. I guess those are really the big three. I can't imagine the smaller ones necessarily are going to have a fish market. How about the mainland? Yeah, fishing village, or south of the fishing village. That's decent enough a ways away from it. There's another fishing data vendor up there by North Harbor. So yeah, I mean, there's places all around that you can sell fish and do all that other stuff. I do wish I could have shown that off to you guys, but Unfortunately, somebody doesn't know how to operate a ship, apparently. Yeah, I mean, that's just the issue with that particular ship is one of stability. I think there was a warning on the Steam Workshop page about uh, the arms extending, but it didn't sound like it was risk of the ship capsizing, although we were in a little bit of rougher water, so maybe it was the combination of rough water combined with uh, having fish on the arms and one being extended in, the other one not. So it doesn't really matter, though. I do wish I could have saved that, but what are you gonna do? Anyways, guys, that's the fishing update. I would be curious to know if you guys want to see more of this or not. It's been a while since we've played a lot of Stormworks. There's been a lot of creations that have gone up. I played the Space DLC. I didn't really care for it. I thought it was kind of poorly made, to be honest, and the Steam reviews kind of back that up, I would say. But you know, they've still been putting out a lot of great stuff since then. It was just kind of one really big miss with that, and a bunch of great stuffs continue to come out and release. And if you guys want to see more of that, you know, I'd be happy to kind of show it to you. You know, I am curious what the next Stormworks game, which won't be Stormworks, but the spiritual successor that they've talked about will be, because Stormworks as a concept is really cool, but it's not always practical in my mind. Like, you get stuff like these shipping containers, and trying to like solo play and load these shipping containers is a nightmare, because you need to like custom craft a vehicle in all likelihood. I mean, there's some vehicles that are kind of designed to move this stuff, but then if you're like loading it onto the ship with the physics of ships, a lot of times it can be really janky to try and do that and actually have that successfully, and then also have everything perform well. And it all kind of takes forever, and the crew mode just never really felt ideal to me. That was an interesting bug. Thought there was like a net or something running along the bottom here. I was like, is this an anti-submarine net? Just a visual glitch. We got a diesel pump for the ships. Alright guys, though, yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you all in the next one.